But it is not only Kenya that deports Somali refugees. Saudi Arabian authorities had by March this year repatriated more than 12,000 Somali refugees. Mohamed Hirmunge, CCTV.
So you mean to tell me that no African country wants the silly Malians? I was just watching, I don't even know what I was watching, but they said if certain African countries allow Somalians to come to their country, they're going to go to the streets because they don't want the Somalians. They don't want the Somalians in their country. Silly Malians. I thought y'all was the best. I thought y'all was smart. I thought y'all had that good hair. I thought y'all had that good nose. They don't want you in other African countries. They said go back to Mogadishu. Go back to silly Malia. Why don't y'all want to go back to silly Malia? So none of the other African countries want Somalians that are getting deported from the United States and other places.
We were finally, this was the third time try for Congresswoman Craig. My second attempt, we were finally let in. We were given a full and complete tour of the facility. We went into the facility and there was not a single detainee that we could see or talk to. Every cell, every inch of it was completely empty. We'd asked, why isn't there anyone here? Because we obviously know they've been detaining people. They said the last people left at 11:30. It seems a little too convenient, knowing that our scheduled visit was going to be at 12 p.m., that the last detainees would be transported out of the facility at 11:30.
It was the first time that I've been allowed into the facility. It seems very convenient that they removed anyone who had been arrested today from the facility 30 minutes before we arrived at the facility. And this is precisely why in the appropriations law in this country, we have written and Donald Trump has signed that members of Congress can ask to be allowed into these facilities with absolutely no notice. So I'm glad we got in today to be able to see the facility itself. But at the end of the day, this is not the intent of the law. And once again, Donald Trump's Department of Homeland Security is violating the law.
Today is just one of those days, guys, that people don't see behind the scenes of what a deportee goes through. The thoughts, living alone with your own thoughts. And sometimes you ask yourself, why me? But yeah, this is one of those hours, I won't say days. I won't say day, because it comes and goes, and yeah. But y'all just keep me in prayer. Just something I have to go through. And it's part of my healing process. Yep. Y'all be blessed.
Today we're talking about something unfolding in Minneapolis, Minnesota. A situation that has left many people in the Somali community shocked and uncertain about the future for years. Minnesota has been home to the largest Somali diaspora community in the United States. Families built businesses, communities grew, and a new generation was raised there. But recently, immigration enforcement operations and political debates around immigration have intensified in the state. Some Somali immigrants are now facing detention, legal uncertainty, or possible deportation, creating fear and confusion across parts of the community. Many residents say the speed of these changes has caught people off guard. People who once felt settled are now asking difficult questions. What happened next? What happens to the families? And what does this mean for the future of immigrant communities in America? This moment is forcing many people to confront a reality that immigration policies can shift quickly, like real quickly, real fast. And those shifts can affect entire communities almost overnight. So today, we're talking about what's happening, why it matters, and what lessons people around the world would learn from this and take from it. If you're just coming across our channel for the first time, this is Global Info TV, where we say it as it is, but then we comment and share respectfully. No segregation, no hate. This video is for educational purpose, and credits to original creators of videos are used for this illustration and explanation. Let's watch more videos and I'll be back.
Yo, Minnesota was promised to us Somalis 3,000 years ago. And if you disagree, you're an anti-Kushite bigot and you need help immediately. Also, if you read Genesis 12:3, it says that those who bless Somalis will be blessed, and those who try to harm them will bring harm upon themselves. I didn't say that. Genesis 12:3. Just saying.
The state of Minnesota is the home of the Somali people, in which it fulfills its natural, cultural, religious, and historical right to self-determination.
A lot of white nationalists are really upset about Somali immigration to Minnesota for some reason. But the thing is, Minnesota is the homeland of the Somali people, and it was promised to us 3,000 years ago. In fact, one of the founding documents of the state of Minnesota is literally codifying into law that Somali people have self-determination on that land. As it states very plainly in the basic law in Minnesota, the land of Minnesota is the historical homeland of the Somali people, in which the state of Minnesota was established. The state of Minnesota is the home of the Somali people, in which it fulfills its natural, cultural, religious, and historical right to self-determination. The right to exercise self-determination in the state of Minnesota is unique to the Somali people. The state views the development of Somali settlement as a national value and will act to encourage and promote its establishment and consolidation. So that's the end of the debate. The only people who have the right to self-determination in Minnesota are Somalis. Somalis have a cultural tie to the land. It was promised to us 3,000 years ago, and we have the right to go back to our homeland. If anybody wants to help me pay for Aliyah to my homeland, please help me out.
The name Minnesota actually stems from two Somali words. One being Minan, which comes from the southern dialect of Somalia, which means home. And the second is Sota, which is like Sota, there she is. Home, there she is, Minnesota. So technically, we actually are the native.
A $250 million fraud scheme. Already 77 people, many of them Somali immigrants, have been charged in one of the largest taxpayer-funded scams in U.S. history. Minnesota, home to the largest Somali community in America, has become the center of this massive investigation. This is the Feeding Our Future scandal, a pandemic-era scheme in which defendants allegedly stole over $250 million meant to provide meals for low-income children. Instead of feeding kids, prosecutors say the money went toward luxury homes, high-end cars, jewelry, overseas transfers, and an entire network of shell companies. According to the DOJ, the conspirators submitted fake invoices, fabricated meal counts, and even staged photos to make it look like they were serving millions of meals that never existed. In some cases, they claimed to feed more children than lived in entire neighborhoods. A federal jury found Amy Bach, the founder of Feeding Our Future, and Salim Ahmed Saeed guilty of conspiracy, bribery, wire fraud, money laundering. Federal officials say more arrests may still be coming.
Situations like this remind us of something important. Migration can open doors to opportunity, education, and a better life, but it can also come with uncertainty when policies, politics, and public opinions changes. The Somali community in Minnesota has contributed to the cultural, economy, and diversity of the region for decades, and like many immigrant communities around the world, they now face difficult conversations about belonging, security, and the future. Hmm. Moments like this challenge societies to ask hard questions about immigration fairness and how communities can move forward together. What do you think about what's happening? Share your thoughts. Do you think immigrants communities are being treated fairly, or the government simply have to enforce their laws? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments. If you enjoy discussions and break down global issues like this, please subscribe, like, and share. We talk about migrations and the real world events. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification button so you don't miss the next conversations. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Original credit to creators.